Okay, so today's task, we are making homemade yogurt. It's super easy, so I'm gonna show 2 different ways, so follow along. So the first way I'm gonna show you is by using a yogurt maker. This is like literally so easy, no brainer. So we're taking a quart of milk and we're gonna heat it up to 160. Okay, so this is gonna take just a few minutes, so you're gonna need a thermometer, and we're heating it to about 160. If your yogurt is runnier than you like when it's done, you can go up to 170, 180 or so, but 160 has been working pretty well. Okay, so I went to help the boys find shoes, and it went a little over, but that's okay. So we're taking it off the stove now, and what we need to do is let this cool now. It's just gonna sit out here for about an hour and cool to 110. Okay, while that's cooling, let's talk about your yogurt starter. So how do you actually get the yogurt to culture? So you have 2 options. You can use an actual yogurt starter like this. This is from Cultures for Health. They have amazing things. You can find them at culturesforhealth.com. Or I actually got mine off of Vitacost, and they were actually having a 20% off sale, so they were a really good price. So Vitacost also has them. And so that's this yogurt starter, and it comes with all of these instructions, and they have sourdough starters and kefir starters and butter and sour cream, and I mean anything cultured they have. Kombucha. So if you want to order a few, they have a ton of stuff, but it comes with all the instructions, which is awesome. So that's your first option. Your other option is to use a store-bought yogurt. I can't get this open one-handed. You can get a store-bought yogurt, but you just need to make sure that it is a live cultured yogurt. So don't just buy Yoplait. You need to get a live cultured one that has the probiotics in it. So if you have a health food store near you, if you've got Sprouts, Whole Foods, that's a good place to look. But you want to get one that has the live active cultures. And so what you can do is you can, instead of a starter, you can just take 2 or 3 tablespoons out of that yogurt. So what I'm using today is this yogurt that I had made the other day. And this originally came from this Bulgarian yogurt starter. But now you can make with Bulgarian, it's an heirloom. And so you can use it indefinitely. So I can make it over and over again. So today I'm just gonna be taking 2 or 3 tablespoons out of this to make my next batch. So that's what's the exciting part is once you get it, once you buy, a store-bought yogurt or you get the starter, you can just use it batch after batch after batch after batch indefinitely. So like I said, you have 2 main options for making yogurt. So the first one we've been making is with a yogurt maker. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I found this at a thrift store and it was like $5.95. So keep a look at thrift stores, you can usually find them. This is fantastic because you saw, let me look back in here, these little jars. These are the little jars that go in it. And it's kind of fun if your family is used to having individual, just fits in there. If your family's used to having the individual little things, these are great for that. I know my kids love, they have these little individual ones. You can add a little honey, you could add a little jelly, something like that, mix them up. So it's kind of a nice little portion. And if you have a smaller family, or it's just the 2 of you or something, then this makes a good amount of yogurt. These are great for that. I know my kids love, they have these little individual ones. You can add a little honey, you could add a little jelly, something like that, mix them up. So it's kind of a nice little portion. And if you have a smaller family, or it's just the 2 of you or something, then this makes a good amount of yogurt. Now, for a large family like us, we have 7 people in the house and 4 boys that eat a ton. You can make a large batch in your crock pot. And so the crock pot is awesome because it makes it super easy. However, if it's very cold, if it's in the winter, it's been really cold here, a yogurt maker is gonna keep your yogurt at the exact right temperature that it needs to be. The crock pot can be a little trickier. However, mine you can actually set desired temperature. So that actually makes it a little easier so that you can keep it right on the right temperature. So while the yogurt for this is cooling, I'm gonna show you how to get it started in a crock pot. Okay, so to get your yogurt started in a crock pot, you're gonna put in 1/2 gallon, which is 2 quarts. So this makes a ton of yogurt. So if you really, you could have this recipe too, but well then it's only 1 quart and that makes the same as your yogurt maker. So and then I'm gonna plug this in and it's gonna cook on low for 2.5 hours. So that's our first step. All right, here's my milk for the yogurt that's gonna be in the yogurt maker. Oh, it got dark. So what I'm doing is I'm adding 3 tablespoons, making a mess, of my yogurt from my last batch, or this is where you add in the little packet of the yogurt starter if you were gonna do it. But I just add in 3 tablespoons, and then we're just gonna mix it up, and then I'm gonna make sure it's all mixed together, and then it's going in the yogurt maker. Okay, so they're all filled. Remember, this is 1/4 of a gallon, or 1 quart. So now all I gotta do is put the lids on and turn it on. It's in the yogurt maker, and this will cook for about 5 hours. It's supposed to keep it steady at a temperature of 110. So it's gonna cook for 5 hours, and then the yogurt should set. If it's really cold, it may take a little longer than that. And then it cools for 2 hours. You just turn it off. Let it cool for 2 hours, and then you put it in the fridge. It's supposed to stay in the fridge for 6 hours to kind of like really firm up and get cold, although you probably could eat it right away. And then it's done. So it's really easy. You heat the milk, stir the starter in, and pour them in the glass. So easy. Okay, this has been cooking all day, and the yogurt is set. It's all ready. It smells so sweet and tangy. This is a Bulgarian, and it's so good. Okay, so here is this was my crock-pot yogurt. It's a little thin, but it's actually perfect, and it tastes great. And I have this big bowl. I have a 1/2 gallon of yogurt now from the crock-pot.